I'm an infrastructure engineer at ACM. I was working retail at Wegmans. I was just looking for anything to get into the IT world.
It doesn't matter how somebody else is doing their journey. What matters is your journey.
I really just try to stay humble and be approachable. I didn't even graduate high school. I got my GED. College didn't work out for me.
Did you ever feel like you weren't going to make it because you didn't graduate high school?
Just get up and do something. Discipline eats motivation for breakfast.
Ooh, say it one more time, bro.
Yeah. So this is a shout out to anybody. It's tough, yes, but it's going to be worth it. Just get up and get it. That's going to unlock everything for you. Even if you're in a job that you don't like, that isn't rewarding, if you do that, you're going to find out your own worth. You're going to find out what you're capable of. Doors may open for you there, but if they don't, you're going to have all this great experience, and being able to talk about that to another employer is going to get you in there. So just get up and get it every day.
I'm going to just pause for a second so I can see. And we are alive. Y'all, I got my brother Travis Woods in the building. What's up, bro?
What's up, buddy? Good to see you.
Good to see you, man. Yo, well, y'all probably don't know, but Travis and we met in 2019? Was it?
2019. Yeah.
2019, man. Used to be my coworker. And we didn't lose contact, but I moved to Texas.
Yeah.
And it's been like 6 years. We've been kind of like on and off with contacts, whatnot. But 6 years later, and I feel like we really got back in touch via LinkedIn, because you're posting on LinkedIn, killing it on LinkedIn in your job and everything. And I was like, wait a second, like Travis is like a beast in the tech field. Like, why do I have a podcast and I have not like invited Travis on the podcast? So I reached out to you. I was like, yo, bro, I got a podcast. Like, what's good? And you were like, hey, I've already seen the podcast. Like, what's good? Let's do it.
I'm not gonna lie, man. I had seen some of the episodes, and I was like,
Yeah.
I kind of hope he asked me, but I didn't want to reach out and be like, can I come on?
Yeah.
So I'm happy to be here.
No, for sure, man, bro. Honestly, if you would have reached out, bro, I would have been like, yo, like hell yeah, let's do this, bro. Like, let's do it, man. Because like I said, you have a lot of gems, and you've been doing this for a long time, like for a long freaking time, man. And
Yeah.
yeah, man, I just want to just have you on a podcast, bro. And well, first of all, thank you for honoring the invitation. You know what I mean? I don't take that lightly. I say that to like all my guests, and it could probably seem repetitive, but like I actually mean that. You know what I mean? To actually get like a yes, and for somebody to like take time out of their day to sit down with you for an hour plus, like I don't take that lightly, man. So thank you for that.
Absolutely.
How you feeling, bro? Like how you feeling?
I feel great. I feel great. A lot of things have been trending up for me, personal, business wise. So I feel really good. Feel really good.
Yeah, love it, man. Hey, let's jump right into it, bro.
Yeah.
Obviously, I know your story, but I feel like the world would be like blessed, and like we'll learn a lot from your story. So,
Sure.
go ahead, bro, and give the people like a short spiel of who you are. Obviously, we'll dissect more into it in detail, but you know, tell them people who you are, man, what you do.
Yeah.
Because I think you dope, man. The world gotta know how dope you are.
Thank you, buddy. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. So currently I'm an infrastructure engineer at ACM. And I've mostly stuck to system work. I've been in IT since probably 2013, 2012, and spent a lot of time just kind of jumping around. I mean, those first early days, I mean, I was working retail at Wegmans, and made the jump to a contract gig that was only 2 months long, that I knew was only 2 months long, but I was just looking for any means to get into the IT world. My dad is in IT, has been in IT, started off fixing copiers, back in the day, and just kind of got me into it. Built our first computer together when I was 7 or 8, and yeah, I really tried to jump around and do as much as possible, as many different things as I could. And so my resume is kind of a bit all over. I mean, if I thought something sounded interesting or cool, that's I would go and do it.
Yeah. I think like that's one of the coolest thing I like about your journey. Like most people will like hone into like a specific like niche, but like you're like, yo, if this sounds interesting, like I'm living life. You know what I mean? And I tell people like all the time, like it doesn't matter like how somebody else is doing their journey. What matters like is your journey. You know what I mean? And I feel like you hopping around like has made you like dope in like every area. You know what I mean? Like I don't care if it's with networking, security. I don't care if it's like with hardware. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But let's take it back and do this. So I have
Sure.
like a fun segment, and like probably like almost every episode. And I want to do like a nice fun segment with you, bro. And yeah, just kind of just break that ice, you know? So
Sure, let's do it.
what is like a skill or like a fun fact that nobody really like knows about you?
Um, I think maybe not right away, but just how comfortable I am with things. I mean, I try to be really approachable to everybody, no matter who you are and what your position is, because I think that's just the most helpful thing to be. It's also part selfish too, like being open to everybody or whatever what anyone has to say. It gives me the broadest perspective
Yeah.
of what's going on. So I try to listen to everybody and respect people. So that's something that people might not get right away. If I come in, I'm kind of going through a little bit of that now. If you come in with a big title and you get introduced, there's kind of that that kind of thing. But yeah, I really just try to stay humble and be approachable.
Yeah, yeah. And I feel like that has gotten you like so far. You know what I mean? And I can like testify to that because when I met you what 2019, we were
Yeah.
coworkers, like bro, I think that's when I got like my first big boy job, like at Conflict Kinetics. And we'll talk about
Yes.
that more.
Conflict kinetics.
Yeah, shout out Conflict Kinetics, bro,
Shout
you
out
know?
conflict kinetics.
And like I remember asking you like a boatload of questions, bro. And like there was never one day that you like blew me off. Like you were always like patient and like, hey, this is the way, blah blah, you know. And so yeah, I
Cool.
verify and check off that box like that. 'Cause you're
Thank
definitely
you.
approachable for sure. And yeah, that's dope. But let's do this, man. Let's talk about your childhood, bro. Let's talk about
Sure.
how, just how was the young pup Travis, man. I know that your dad was in computers.
Yeah.
But yeah, talk to me about that. How was your
Sure.
childhood, man?
Sure. Yeah, I mean, I had a probably pretty, you might describe pretty typical childhood, suburban upbringing, right? Stay-at-home mom who might have worked odd jobs. My dad was the, breadwinner for us, worked in IT, like I said, and my mom just really tended to us. I had and have an amazing, amazing mom. She was really great at just supporting us. I have three brothers, so I'm one of four bros, and my mom was just really great at supporting me and just being there. Really supportive mom. It gave me a good foundation. So growing up, I had you know great relationships with both my parents, and yeah, it was it's a pretty typical suburban upbringing.
Yeah, yeah. So your dad was in IT. What was your dad doing? Like, what was his? Did he like specialize in something? Like, what was he doing?
Yeah, so my dad started off fixing copiers. I think as far back as Kodak. Um,
Okay.
but yeah, my dad is, incredibly, um, they say the acorn doesn't fall far from the tree. My dad is incredibly driven and just kind of gets in anything and just keeps climbing. Even to this day, he's just
Yeah,
climbing.
yeah,
He's in his
yeah.
mid to late 60s and still going. So, but yeah, he started off fixing copiers, and actually just recently we were talking, and he was saying, "Oh, Travis, I could fix a copier and tell you every single part what it did," and he was just very technical and great at. My dad was and is great at explaining things, very detailed.
Mm.
So yeah,
Yeah, yeah. I like that, bro. So you're like 4, 5, 6, and your dad is working in tech. How did that
yeah,
make you feel, man? Like I know a lot of times, like when we're growing up, our parents are our superheroes. You know what I mean?
100%.
And so, how like talk to me about the dynamics of that. Was he like teaching you? Were you interested? Did you think it was boring? Like
Yeah.
how was that, man?
So I mean, I liked that the way that he taught it was, you know, uh, I just liked the way that things work. It was interesting. Most people take things at face value and say, here's a mouse. You just know that it does this thing, but you don't know exactly why it does that thing. So he was really great with teaching that, and that's what first caught my attention. And plus, I just like being helpful. You know, we would have computer issues growing up, and I would work on them and help out. Learned Linux. My dad, my dad brought home OpenSUSE Linux, which I forget what year that would have been. I want to say early 2000s maybe.
Mm,
And so yeah, just caught an interest early in just
yeah.
the way things work.
Did you guys like ever build like a computer together, like fix computers together? Like, did y'all have any? Do you have any memories of that at all? If they did happen?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We built. My first computer had a 700 megahertz processor.
Oh wow.
Yeah, 700 megahertz processor, and yeah, that's one of my core memories is building
Yeah,
that computer with my dad.
yeah. Man, I love it, man. So is it fair to say that your dad sparked your interest in IT?
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How does he feel now, man? Like, how does he feel like with you basically like following like his footsteps? You know what I mean? And you're
Yeah.
killing the game, bro. How does he feel?
If I didn't, my dad is such a he feels great about it. He just keeps telling me, "Oh, Travis, oh, you're doing really great." I go to him for advice all the time, and he's just such a great source of motivation and support for me. But yeah, he loves it. He loves it. Just
Yeah.
tells me to keep going, keep pushing, keep growing. Don't worry about it. I might get caught up in something emotionally, as you do at work, this a
Hmm.
drama thing, and he's just like, focus on the goal, focus on what you have to do. What are your priorities, your family. Focus on that, push.
Wow.
So yeah,
Hey, shout out Pops, man. Like having like a father figure in your life, bro. Like
shout out to Mickey
it's
Woods.
yeah, shout out Pops. Hey,
Yeah,
let's do this, man. So your childhood, you grew up around computers, and so that's like a blessing, right? Um, then you go to high school. Talk to me about college. Talk to me about schooling. Talk to me about because I think a lot of times people break into tech and they're like, oh my gosh, you went to a college, you got your master's, but sometimes it's not like that, right? Talk to me about like your journey. Talk to me about your journey of tech, but school or no schooling. Like how was that, bro?
actually, I didn't even graduate high school. Um, I got
Wait, I didn't even know that.
yeah, I graduated high school. I got my GED, and I actually did go to college for maybe 6 months, 3 months, 6 months, something like that for
Okay.
psychology and sociology, because that's what I thought. I was really interested. I wanted to
Yeah.
do that. College didn't work out for me, so I ended up working retail, doing all kinds of odd jobs. Um, and Yeah, I mean, I definitely did not follow the traditional route. I think my I don't know what you would call that. Um, my go-to is just staying creative and jumping into anything. So all my
Mm,
experience, everything I know is just from doing things that sound interesting or sound fun, or somebody says, "Hey, we have a need for this. Can you do it?" And just learning. So I don't have any degree. I do have a few IT certs, um, but no degree, and yeah, GED. I think the biggest contributor to that is just saying yes to things. So being approachable and working in the job and having your boss or somebody say, I need this done, regardless of what it is, even if you think it's below you or whatever, just say yes and do it. Just be that yes guy, be that yes man, and just get things done. I think
wow.
that's really helped me get into doors and network with people.
Yeah. No, that's dope, man. I think the heart and the willingness to just grow and be curious, like how you were, and just say yes to things, will get you in rooms. You know what I mean? And I think that a lot of times, man, people feel like there's only like one path to success, right? But there's like many paths, bro. Like, talk to me about like, did you ever feel like you weren't going to make it because you didn't graduate high school? Did you ever have like, because we all have that kind of like, bad mind or that, negative devil on our shoulder talking about like, hey, you didn't do this and so you're not going to make it, or your journey's not like this person, so you're not going to make it, right? How did that make you feel? How did you combat that, man? Because you're doing great in life.
Yeah, yeah. I'm very, very proud of where I'm at. Um, Yeah, I didn't I didn't really take note. I didn't really look around and say, "Oh, this person's doing this, I should be doing that." Or I really just tried to stay focused on what I was doing and just learn and do new things. I really didn't pay too much attention to what other people had done. I mean, I think to be fair, to clarify though, I mean, I did think maybe at times maybe I should have gone to college. I'd see people do that, and even to this day still feel like there's a little something missing from not having that experience. But that wasn't the way for me, and yeah, the way I did it, I wouldn't trade it. It really worked out well, and it felt and feels very natural for me.
Mm, love it, love it. I had a episode shoot like with I think it was yesterday. I had another shoot, and the guest on there was saying that everything that happens in life he sees it as if like it's God's doing, like it's supposed to happen. You know what I mean? And so whether if you like whatever path you went through, like let that happen and like just win in that situation. You know what I mean? Because everybody's dealt cards, right? Everybody's cards are different, right? So whatever cards you're dealt with, like try your best to win with that. And I think one thing I love about your journey, bro, is the fact that like you never allowed anything to get you down or like to let you to give up. You know what I mean? Like somebody could have been like, hey, because I get a lot of DMs on my page, and people are like, hey, I didn't go to college, and so I feel like I can't break into tech, right? Or
Yeah,
hey, I don't have this cert, or hey, I don't have whatever, right? So now let me clarify. Like, yes, go to college if you can. Like, education is good, right?
sure.
But there's not only one way to get educated. You know what I mean? And I think your journey is pretty cool because you didn't give up, bro. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I get people saying, "Hey, I didn't go to college. I didn't do this. I didn't," but and they want to give up, and I'm like, "Yo, like you could still push through."
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think the most important thing, this is advice, I think just great blanket advice for anybody. I mean, regardless of what career you're in, but just get up and do something. Don't get caught up in what you don't have, what you have. Just get up and start doing things. And not everybody has the same path, like you said. Not everybody's going to go to college. Not everybody's going to go, the self-taught and cert route. But the internet is an amazing thing, right? There's
Mm,
so much content, so much free content too. There's just so much content you can absorb and listen to. But my number one piece of advice for anybody having those questioning thoughts of like, I started here, oh, but I don't, having those kind of stuck in the moment thoughts is just to go and do something, do anything,
mm,
do, offer free help to somebody doing something you don't think you'd like, or just start doing things and um, having that experience and that awareness. Just build it. If you think about it, kind of like building a map, right? Um, you're doing something. Maybe it's not. I heard a great quote, and I'm gonna butcher it, but basically, even if you're not on the path that you want to be on, if you just start walking somewhere, you're gonna find that path. You're gonna find a path.
mm.
You're gonna get. It's just building that awareness. So my advice to anybody stuck in that moment of, what should I do? Should I do this? Just it's okay to have those thoughts, but just at least start doing something. Just start doing things. I think would
Yeah,
be the best.
yeah, yeah. I think that's like great advice, man. I think that was like my journey, like in the beginning. Like obviously, I was working at CK at that time. I was trying to go the cybersecurity route, but then, you remember Doug? He was the one
Yeah,
doing our coding for
yeah, yeah,
Unreal.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and I stumbled across his code and I just fell in love with it. Like I just legit just fell in love with it.
Is
And
that is that is that what kicked it off for you? Was Doug's?
yeah, bro. Yeah,
What?
yeah, yeah.
Wow,
Like
that's cool.
legit, I was going to the bathroom. Like I think we had like a round table, right?
Yeah,
We had
yeah,
our
yeah, yeah.
computers there. And yeah, I was going to the bathroom, man, and I saw Doug's like computer. And at the time I knew like what coding was, like from movies, you know what I mean? But I had never seen code. And I didn't know what it was really,
Yeah.
And so I saw all the numbers and text and colors, and literally, I've never experienced like love at first sight before, but that was like love at first sight for me,
Yeah.
literally.
Can I?
And
I want to pick.
yeah, go
Oh,
for it.
sorry. No, no, no. I'm sorry. I want to give you a compliment. I want to tell you something really cool that you haven't heard. So when you left, Sam and Bryce and
Shout
I
out
were at the
Sam,
at the
shout out
shout out
Bryce.
Sam, shout out Bryce. We were sitting at that round table, and I remember you had left, and we were kind of, I just was scrolling through, and I saw that your next gig, or maybe it was one after that, you became a full stack developer. And I remember announcing that to them, and they were like, "What, Che?" And I was like, "Yeah." And, just because it was, I just really admire you for that step that you took.
Yeah,
I think that's so cool, man. I
yeah,
think you've got, just to pay you the compliment. I mean, I just feel like you've
appreciate you,
got
bro.
such a great, just go and do it kind
Yeah,
of mentality. I love that.
yeah,
So
and that was my point of what I was gonna make. That whole idea of like just get up and just go do something. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Get up and go try. Like take the ball, shoot it. If you miss it, like shoot again. You know what I mean? And
yeah,
for me, bro, like I remember like once I knew I wanted to transition from cybersecurity to software engineering, bro, I had no idea like should I become a front end engineer? Should I become a full stack back end, like game development, like like I didn't know what, like it was so like so vast for me, bro. And I couldn't like my
Yeah.
brain couldn't compute it, because
Yeah.
all I knew was you code and that's it, right? But I didn't know that like for example, like okay, I'm a doctor. Cool. What kind of doctor are you? Are you a surgeon? Do you do foot? Are you a neurosurgeon? All that stuff, right? And so I remember going on a long, like years, bro, like a long journey of like, okay, where do I want to even start? And so I remember, like to your point, just pick up something and just start. I remember learning Python for like a couple of days or for like a week, and then I started learning. What was it? I think it was JavaScript, and then Java. At the point, I didn't even know Java was different from JavaScript. And it was so much. And like honestly, it was frustrating, like just trying to figure things out. But it was only frustrating because I was new to it. Now I appreciate like that maze. It felt like a maze. You know what I mean? It felt like
Yeah.
a maze. I'm trying to like figure things out. But now I appreciate it because when you're going through a maze, you're trying to get to a specific destination. But what's so beautiful about a maze is the fact that like you'll go somewhere that's not that destination, but you'll learn something from that. You know what I mean? And you take that and
Right.
you run with it, and it is you add that to your arsenal belt. And it's amazing, bro.
Yeah.
So me to piggyback from your
100%.
point, like yo, just go do something. Like if you want to, I don't know, if you want to learn how to paint, like just go paint.
Yeah.
Like especially
Yeah.
if
Yeah.
that's your
Yeah.
passion, if you love it, just go do it. And honestly, it might look ugly for the first couple of times, right?
Right.
But you're learning something even in that. So I feel like what you
Yeah.
said was that resonated with me a lot.
Cool, man. Yeah. Yeah. Great way to say it. Even if you're doing something that you don't love or even that you don't like, it's gonna create awareness. It's gonna give you perspective and
Yeah,
get you to something that you do like. So
yeah.
just start doing it. Don't get caught up. My dad says, paralysis by analysis
Mm,
is something that I personally, and my dad did, and I fell into quite a bit, yeah, at
yeah,
times.
yeah, yeah,
Paralysis from analysis. Yeah,
yeah. I love it, bro. So let's do this, man. So you obviously you've delved into everything, right? Even delved into nursing, right?
that's right.
First of all,
Yes.
I think like a male. I don't. At least whenever I think of nursing, this is probably
Yeah.
bad to say, but whatever. Whenever I
No,
think
no.
of a nurse,
Just
I
say it.
always think of a woman. You know what I mean? But I will say this:
Yeah.
I think it's so cool to see like, hey, like to see a guy is like, hey, what do you do? I'm a nurse. I'm like,
Yeah.
dog, that's like badass. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
that's dope. You know what I mean? So talk like,
Yeah.
why nursing, bro?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you had to dig for that one. I don't know if you got people working for you or what's going on. Yeah. Yeah. So just to right off the bat, yeah, I was one of two guys in my class, all women. I took an accelerated course at
That's hilarious.
RAOC. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I took an accelerated course for LPN, and then the transition up was to be a registered nurse, an RN. Um, and yeah, I mean, I really got into that just because I love, and it kind of plays into the sociology and psychology bit that I originally wanted to go to school for, which is people are very interesting to me, and I like, taking care of people. I mean, that's just that whole people world really vibe with me at the time, and still, to this day.
Yeah, yeah. So you're I think you're in a job with Wegmans, right?
Yeah,
You're on Wegmans. And what specifically were you doing, by the way? I'm just
at
curious.
Wegmans.
Yeah.
I was working overnights,
Okay.
overnight
Okay.
stocking shelves. Yep.
Okay. Cool. 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 Cool.
Yeah.
So then you stop that and you go for I think it was like a 2 month contract somewhere. Talk a bit about that.
Yeah. 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 I took, I took just a random job. Again, they told us right out front, only 2 months. We're going to send you some USB sticks with Windows 7 on them, and you're going to go and upgrade Windows XP machines to Windows 7. You're going to plug
Yo,
in the USB drive. That's it. And like
Windows
super basic.
XP, like
Yes.
that's old.
Yes.
That's like old.
All right. We're done here. All right.
You kind of showing your age a bit, bro.
It had to come up when I was born in the 50s.
Not the
Secretly,
50s.
secretly 75.
There you go.
Uh, um, yeah, yeah, yeah. XP to Windows 7, and
Nice.
had a call with one of the managers over there, and then just said, "Oh, you're just going to do that." Like it was super hands off. Like we don't even care
Mm.
anything about you. There's no, we just need somebody to do this. But they paid me, decently well at the time,
Yeah.
$19 an hour on a 1099, which that was a good step up. And at the time, I was making minimum wage at
From
Wegmans,
Wegmans. Yeah. Yeah.
so that was a pretty good pretty good step up.
For sure. For sure.
Um, yeah.
How was that experience? Did you love it? Did you like it? Did did you want to go back to Wegmans after that? Did that job push you to want to just apply for more tech roles? Like, how's your mental state in regards to like like the next thing after the 2 months?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I just kept pushing. So before that had ended, I already started looking, and I wanted to do more. I wanted
Mm,
to do more. I knew that was the way forward.
yeah,
Um, I knew it was, and honestly, it was a decent amount of that was money driven. You know,
yeah, yeah, yeah. I
yeah, I
love it
sure I enjoyed it. I loved it, but wanted to make money.
for sure, dude. Talk to me about conflict kinetics, man. If
Yeah,
for those of y'all who don't know what
Let's talk
conflict,
about it.
let's talk about it. Honestly, I don't know about you, but conflict kinetics till date has
Yeah,
been the best company I've ever worked for. Like till
yeah,
date. Like
okay,
when I talk about
yeah,
and honestly, I feel like that really just stems from Clay. I'm not gonna hold you. Maybe
one
maybe
hundred
maybe
percent.
maybe
Let's
I
talk
should
about
say
Clay.
it's about Clay. Maybe
That
maybe
man
I sh
deserves a shout out.
no, shout out Clay. Shout out
Shout
to
out
you,
Clay.
bro. I
Yeah,
think what I should say is like meeting Clay at Conflict Kinetics gave me like the boost I can do anything.
wow.
Like you know what I mean? So yeah,
Yeah,
I think let me rephrase that.
bro,
Clay
get
has
it.
been the
Yeah, yeah.
best manager like till
Double
date.
click, double click on that man. Go on.
Legit, man.
Yeah,
But talk to me about your journey in conflict kinetics, and I might do the same too. You know what I mean? But
yeah.
yeah, talk to me about conflict. Well, I can't talk. Talk to
CK.
me about your journey
Yeah,
with conflict kinetics, bro.
sure. Yeah, seek conflict kinetics. It was funny. I was working at a warehouse doing PC imaging, just imaging machines. Again, this was
You're
2017,
taking me back,
2018.
bro. Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. 2017, 2018, imaging PCs, very low. This was back, I mean, I was still doing IT and jumping around, but I wasn't as driven, I'll say at the
Mm,
time, to
yeah.
go after it. But I got the call from Clay, and it was super, super cool. First off, talking to Clay, we talked for a good, I remember it still to this day, we talked for a good 50 minutes to an hour.
Mm,
He was so easy to talk to,
yeah.
great at explaining things, really just good baseline dude. And
Yeah.
so he's like,
Yeah.
yeah, well, yeah, we'd love to bring you down for an interview and we'll fly you down and put you in a hotel. And at that time, I'm like working, doing imaging. I'm basically playing video games half the day. Like that,
Yeah.
like 2 hours work, 6 hours of like playing Smash Bros with the homies in the imaging depot. Oh man,
And still getting
there's some
paid.
great, and still getting paid. There's some great stories. We worked at at the old Xerox building, so somebody had thrown away a big TV, and we
Mm,
snatched it and put it up in our place and played.
wow.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Very low key, very In hindsight, what I should have been doing was pushing hard and getting certs, right? But
Yeah.
that
All good,
that
man. All
that
good.
place is goated. Anyway, so they fly me down. I meet with Sam, who's like, put this computer back together. Kind of pretty easy stuff. And yeah, my journey at Conflict Kinetics was all internal. I worked on a lot of SharePoint stuff. Did some networking there. A big piece though, a big piece there that I got that I almost wish I would have stayed a little bit longer there. I mean, I don't regret how things panned out, but we were doing the CMMC level
Mm,
2 certification. This is, I'm not sure if you're familiar with it,
yeah. Yeah.
but
I
yeah,
am.
yeah, Siemens. Okay, yeah. So we were doing that at the time, and I was going through, all that entire process. We had purchased templates, and so
Mm,
likewise throughout my career with Conflict Kinetics, jumped around quite a bit and just did things. Yeah. Did installs. Traveling was a lot of fun at Conflict Kinetics. To go to Florida, go to
yeah.
California,
Yeah.
go to Rhode Island. It was a pretty sweet gig.
Yeah.
Conflict Kinetics was like a startup that may have operated as a startup,
Yeah.
a good chunk of time, but that was a really cool company for sure.
Yeah. What was one of the biggest lessons that you took from CK? Because I think that like you're saying like you did a lot. Like anything that was asked of, that wasn't even like a part of the job description. You did it. Like, dude, I
Right.
remember one time we were doing like network like cable wiring. Like we're on
Yeah.
the
Oh,
like
yeah.
we
Yeah.
got like a ladder and we're like
Yeah.
labeling cables and everything. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
for me, the reason why I say that like it was probably like one of the best companies I've worked at, I'm not talking about the because obviously every company has their BS and everything, you know. But I think it was like a it was like college for me. You know what I mean? Like a place where I can learn, and I feel like I was learning from like the best. Like you were there, you knew like a lot. I think at one point we had implemented was it Azure? We did something I believe.
Yeah.
Was
It
it
was all
Azure?
modern. It was all modern workplace
Yep,
because they
yep.
didn't have any on-prem, so it was all modern
Exactly,
workplace, which was
exactly. You
really
know what I
really
mean?
cool.
And
Yeah.
so you're teaching me about that. Sam, obviously, Bryce, obviously, you know. And I think the coolest thing, actually, let me have you say it, man. So
Sure.
talk a bit about conflict. Why can't I say conflict kinetics?
It's a
Let's just say
tough one.
CK.
CK, I got you,
CK.
buddy. Yeah.
I think that what we did was kind of cool, but talk to them about the whole gunfighter gym like
Yeah.
vibe.
Yeah.
Talk to them about can I say the proprietary software?
Sure.
Can I
Yeah.
say it?
I mean, we
Yeah,
can
yeah.
and see what happens.
I mean, we could. Hey, my lawyer, can we?
Yeah, Clay shows up
Whatever.
at your door in a week. He's
What?
like, "We got
No
to talk
facts.
about
We
that
gotta talk about
project."
this. No, but but talk
Yeah.
to the people about like what were we actually doing at CK,
Yeah.
and what was like all about.
Yeah. Yeah. Conflict Kinetics was a super cool company concept thing. Essentially, the U.S. government, military had, training requirements. And typically, what they would do is they'd go out to a range, burn a bunch of ammo, and our whole selling point, our shtick, was you can do that inside. You can use synthetic weapons training. So they would have a bunch of screens with projectors. They would project an image of whatever you wanted, targets, anything you could think of, moving videos, whatever. And we had these basically airsoft rifles that had been modified to fire a laser. So anytime you fired a round, it would fire a laser. And we had cameras that were underneath the projector. They would get that laser shot and then apply it to a target, and there you go, synthetic weapons training. And I don't know if I can even say, but we had contracts with, the military and
Like big people, yeah.
big people. We went on SEAL team, Navy SEAL base and did
Hmm.
an install, and
Yeah,
there some pretty, yeah, it was really cool.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. What was your biggest takeaway? Like, what was the biggest thing you learned there?
yeah. I would say that was when I first got introduced to, the idea of just doing of having not a lot to go on and just making it work. Like we'd get these installs, and I wish we had Sam on here to talk about some of them because he was
He's
like,
an expert.
yeah, yeah. And basically they give you a truck full of stuff, projectors, everything in a big truck, and and drive it to a location. You'd be by yourself or maybe with one other person, and you just set the whole thing up.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
and there, it wasn't like there was no guidance, but it was very like, here's some things, here's where you're going,
figure it out.
go set that, yeah, figure it out,
Yeah,
100%.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah,
So the biggest takeaway was just making it work.
yeah.
That was kind of the start of that for me.
Yeah, yeah. So you've jumped around a lot, man. Like you've done networking, you've done some security stuff. Like what has been the biggest takeaway, bro, from you just jumping around? Because like I said in the beginning, some people might see that as a negative. Like, oh, I'm jumping around and
Yeah.
I haven't really like mastered one thing, right? But for you, like what is that biggest takeaway
Yeah.
from your journey and how you've been able to just hop around from certain things? And quite frankly, like you're excelling in those things, right? So what's your like the biggest takeaway, bro?
Yeah, I'm honestly going to go. I don't know if I'd say this is a hot take, but I'm actually going to say I almost would encourage people to jump around. I mean, I'm biased, right? That's what I did. So it's, makes sense that I would say that. But I think it's really great for, you know, obviously the biggest benefit of doing that is you get the most exposure to the most amount of things. You're constantly having to be dynamic. I think being dynamic in IT is so incredibly important. Now, it might be obvious to say, but and to go against that, there's really nothing wrong with staying at a company for a long time. But once you're in a company, this is what happens. You start at a company, you're fresh, you've got ideas, there's things that need to happen, changes that need to be made, and you just start doing things. And you're moving pretty quick at first, and then after a while you slow down a little bit. That's
Yeah.
just what happens because you're getting deeper into things. Um, and there's always things to learn. It's not like if you stay somewhere you won't learn, but I feel I really like that I've jumped around a lot and only stayed. I mean, I think my longest gig was 3.5 years. Most have been 2 to 3 years. And actually, just recently, I was just at a place for 1 year as a network engineer prior to ACM as an infrastructure engineer.
Mm.
But the biggest takeaway from that is just being dynamic. It's been
Yeah.
really helpful. You're constantly having to change. Okay, here's this new set of systems. Here's these people. Here's this dynamic. Here, just getting that perspective. I think is so huge
Yeah.
because yeah,
No, I love it, bro. Hey, has there like been a time where, like in your IT career, where you're like, oh shoot, like yo, mama, we just made it. Like we're here.
yeah, yeah. This job that I have now, yeah,
Mm. Can you
yeah, for
talk about
sure.
your job now? Talk.
Yeah,
Can you? Okay.
yeah,
What
yeah,
do you
yeah,
do? What's it like? Talk to me, bro.
yeah, sure. So I work at ACM Global Medical Labs. They do blood testing for tons of companies, country. I mean, they're all over the world. So they do blood testing, tests for whatever is needed. And ACM was actually purchased by Rochester Regional Health, which is a uh, big hospital and company in Rochester. And as an infrastructure engineer, it's kind of a combination of my last two jobs, which is network engineer and systems engineer. So it's basically broad spectrum coverage of anything inside, a medium to large, well, yeah, medium to large size business.
Yeah.
Um, so anything really you can think of between printers, computers, servers, web servers, anything cloud related, Azure, Entra, any modern workplace, Intune, Autopilot, um, you know, really anything that is involved inside of a company.
Mm.
In that moment, just to answer your question on when that, oh, I've made it moment, the reason I had that is because, I'm, very happy with the compensation, very happy with the benefits. Being medical gives me great benefits. But the other third piece of that, which is kind of the icing on the cake, is I genuinely, you can ask me 3 jobs from now, and I would still say this about ACM. I genuinely love working for ACM. I love the people I
Mm.
work with. My boss and I have a fantastic work relationship. Um, just everything all around just feels good. So when
Yeah.
yeah, so I turn to Anna, my wife, and just say I'm just really
Yeah.
happy to be here.
Yeah. So I know that you're a father, you're a husband, right? Obviously, also a father and a husband, right? And I know how demanding that can be, right? We have a demanding jobs, and we also get the blessing to be a father and to be a husband. But talk to me about that dynamic. Like, how is that like? Does that motivate you? Is it hard? Like, I just want to know from a guy's perspective because I feel like I said, I don't hear that being talked about. You know what I mean? So that could probably help somebody out, right?
Yeah, for sure. So my wife Anna, who's amazing, she is a full-time stay-at-home mom. So her whole world is taking care of both her boys. They're actually one of them is turned 3 today,
Hey,
and
happy
it's a very
birthday. Let's
yeah
go.
yeah
What's his name?
Levi
Happy birthday, Levi. I'm sure
Levi
when
is
you
3
grow up,
today.
you'll see this episode, man. Happy birthday.
When you got 50 million subs,
Hey,
hey,
listen. Talk to me
you're
nice,
going.
baby.
You're going there. You're
Yes,
going there.
sir. Yes, sir.
So yeah, Levi, who's 3, Oren is 5. Um, yeah, so honest, full-time stay-at-home mom. She has an incredibly tough job, but sometimes you might even say that she's got the harder job between the two of us because it's just constant, being a parent is by far the hardest thing I've ever done.
Hmm.
Not even close.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
the hardest thing. Raising kids, I mean, you're trying to be the best version of yourself for
yeah,
them, and
yeah,
it's just such a yeah, and it's incredibly rewarding. I love it. I mean, it's very stressful at times, but incredibly rewarding.
yeah.
Balancing the two, balancing work and home life. I've tried to, especially these first 5 years, um, I've tried to be as present as I can at home because I really don't want to miss this. I don't want to look back in 15, 20 years and say, "Oh, I don't remember that." Oh, I really want to be as present as I can. And it is really difficult because I'm also trying to make moves at work. I forget the woman's name, but I think she was one of the later episodes in your last season. But she had a really great saying, which was, um, that she has a different mode. She's different mode. She's got mommy mode. She's got work mode. And I think that's I try to do. I come home, daddy mode, right? I'm at work, work mode, focused on work, and just really try to have that clear separation. And that's sometimes it's not that easy though. If you're
Mm,
working a job that's like you're just starting out in IT, or you're working a place that's got you doing after hour or whatever, you might not have that luxury. But
yeah.
to anybody doing that has kids, just keep pushing. You're going to get to that spot. You will get there. Just keep going, and never forget why you're doing it. I'm doing what I do because I love my family. I love my wife, my children. I want to provide everything that I can for them, and that gives me a really big boost
Yeah.
to do what I do.
Yeah, yeah. I think that like yourself, man, for me too, like my family's like my everything and
Yeah.
everything I do, man, is for them. On like legit everything. There was a time where like I didn't really care much because it was just me or I just wasn't like mature enough, you know what I mean? But now I'm just like, man, like I work so hard so that like I don't have to like work hard later on. I can spend more time with my family, right? And I think like you're
Right.
saying, man, that balance is difficult, man. Because I work from home. I'm like 100% remote, and when my kids come home from school, they're like, "Daddy, you done working yet? Are you still in a meeting?" And to me, sometimes it can be like, man, like am I doing too much? Because all our kids want to do is just hang out with us, man. Like I said in the beginning of the episode, like we are like their superheroes, you know. And so when I see my daughter, shout out Hope, shout out Izzy, shout out Zoe,
Hey,
man, shout out my wife, shout out
Hope,
Jennifer.
Izzy, and
Let's
Zoe
go.
and
Yeah,
Jennifer.
yeah, yep, yep,
Nice.
yep. And so my kids are like, Daddy, are you still working? One more meeting? I thought you would be done by now. And I'm like, no, babe, the meeting was postponed, all this stuff. And to me, I'm like, man, like all they want to do is hang out with us. But sometimes it can be so hard, like you said, like balancing like work life and
Yeah,
dad mode and husband mode, all this stuff, you know. So thanks for sharing, man. I just know that like
of
somebody who's
course.
watching this, like I said, like I don't hear that being talked about, and I just felt like that would maybe encourage somebody, you know. But let
100%.
me ask you one more question, bro. Or
Sure.
two questions actually, and I'll get you out of here, bro.
Yeah.
What is one thing that you would tell somebody who's trying to be just like you, or trying to get into IT, or they've been beat down. They're like, man, I've been doing this IT thing for a long time and I haven't got my big break yet. Like, what would you tell somebody, bro, to just like, yo, keep on going, you know?
Yeah. If I could say, I've actually thought about this because I saw some of your older episodes and I really wanted to have a good answer.
Mm,
Um, so the number one thing, and I kind of touched on it earlier, but I would say the number one thing that's just kind of like maybe not a silver bullet to exactly what you want, but just silver bullet to get somewhere is just to do, and it's going to sound a little like, that's kind of obvious, but just do the best you can. Like like do everything. Do the best you can. Just get up and get it. Like if you don't like where you are, if you don't if you're not if you're not where you want to be, get up and just get it. Just wake up, get to work. Just push yourself. Just push yourself. And there's a really great quote that's kind of stuck with me. I've been on a weight loss and exercise journey the last 6 months, and it's a really great quote. I listen to a lot of podcasts, and Jocko Willink, who has his own podcast, had a really great quote, and it was, um, "Discipline eats motivation for breakfast."
ooh, say it one more time, bro.
Yeah, discipline
Wow.
eats motivation for breakfast. And I was always feeling like I'm just not motivated to lose weight, blah, 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 I'm not motivated, and I really just needed to kick my butt and just do it. So this is a shout out to anybody. It's tough, yes, but it's going to be worth it. Just get up and get it. That's gonna unlock everything for you. Just
Mm,
get up and start getting it. Even if you're in a job that you don't like that isn't rewarding, if you do that, you're going to find out your own worth. You're going to find out what you're capable of. Doors may open for you there, but if they don't, you're going to have all this great experience, and being able to talk about that to another employer is going to get you in there. So just get up and get it every day. Just do it. You're gonna have your down days. Don't lose hope. Keep pushing. You got this. Yeah.
I'm gonna just pause for a second so that I can sink in. Um,
Yeah.
wow, that's
Yeah.
You said discipline eats motivation for breakfast, bro.
Discipline eats motivation for breakfast. I would work out, I would diet, I would exercise for like a few days a week, and then I'd lose it. And it
Mm.
sucks. I wake up now every morning at 5:45. I go to the gym, I swim. Yeah, almost every. I have my down days, my down weeks, but I don't let myself get too down. I was in a constant cycle of like up then down, and I was like, man, do I just not really want this? Oh, am I not motivated? I really was like struggling. I struggled with it for a decade, you know.
Mm. Wow.
And that one quote right at that time just I still it just hit me. Yeah, discipline
Wow.
eats motivation for breakfast. You got to just get it.
Travis, are you proud of yourself, bro?
Incredibly.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Proud of myself. Proud of proud of you,
Appreciate you.
Mr. Full Stack
Hey,
Podcaster
hey, appreciate you, bro.
Beast.
Appreciate
Hey,
you, bro.
yeah, appreciate you, man.
Yo, I think that's it, man. I just feel
All
like
right.
um this episode was honestly really us just catching up, bro. Legit. Like I feel it was just like
Yeah.
just us catching up over the years. Well, from over all the long years, and I guess we're just shooting it on a podcast. And
Yeah.
ironically, it just ties into the theme of Decoded Stories. And so, yo, thanks for your time, bro. Thanks for I know you got kids. I know you got shout out Anna. I know y'all are definitely always busy. But thanks for making time for me, bro. And thanks for always like supporting, bro. You know what I mean? I feel like you've always like liked every post, always commented. You've texted me like, yo, you're doing good stuff. Like, yo, you look so like,
Same
people
with you, man. Same with you though. I would do a post on LinkedIn, and you are one of sometimes the only person being like, "Look at
appreciate
my
you,
bro.
bro.
He's getting it." And
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
likewise
Bro, we out, man. Let's get out of here, man,
yeah,
and
for sure.
go do something nice for
Hell yeah,
somebody.
it's a pleasure. Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
sir. All right, yeah.
pleasure.
Peace.
See ya.